It's time to certify, develop, connect, and advocate. So let's talk small business with the Georgia Minority Supplier Development Council and your host, Stacey Key.
Hi, this is Stacey Key, and welcome to this edition of Let's Talk Small Business. As you know, we've been on summer vacation, on hiatus for the summer. We'll be coming back to you in September, kicking off our new season of Let's Talk Small Business. But today, we've got a special edition with City Council President Ceasar Mitchell. Many of you know Ceasar Mitchell has been a champion for small business in this region. He has done some phenomenal things in helping small businesses grow. He recently hosted his 5th annual Back to Business Conference. We'll be talking with him today for him to share about the conference and all the things he's doing to help small businesses in this region grow. As you know, as small business goes, so goes America. So we'll be right back with Ceasar Mitchell.
If every marching band play my song and every choir sing along, then maybe we can change the world.
Let's Talk Small Business is sponsored by Wells Fargo, AT&T, the Coca-Cola Company, and Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Maybe we can change the world.
Growth is an inherent part of any successful business. As your business grows, expanding the reach of your network becomes more critical and more complicated. The problem is, the global IT infrastructure can be a patchwork of different platforms and architectures with varying degrees of quality, security, and reliability. How can you expand your network's reach without exposing your global operations to risk? To achieve this, today's agile businesses are employing comprehensive threat intelligence solutions across networks and gateways to protect, detect, and correct. By turning to a robust network security solution, you'll be able to safely extend your network to global suppliers, partners, and customers. This will enable your business to quickly seize expansion opportunities while minimizing security risk, so you can be open to growth and secure from threats, all at the same time.
Okay, so we're back with this edition, a special edition of Let's Talk Small Business, and we're here with City Council President Ceasar Mitchell. And as I mentioned, he just hosted his 5th annual Back to Business Conference. And Council President, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, Stacey, thank you for having me.
And so I had the pleasure of attending your conference, and it was packed to the rafters. My goodness.
Oh, we were really fortunate. This is our 5th annual Back to Business Conference, and we had over 1,100 folks to register. It's an incredible event. It's grown. It's over 3 days now. We started just with about 4 or 5 hours, as you can remember, in the old City Council chambers, and now we're doing it all over the city over 3 days.
Now, you hosted your event at Atlanta Metropolitan College, and I think you've grown a bit. I mean, it was filled to the rafters. And so, you know, I know Atlanta Metropolitan College doesn't want to hear me say that, but you might have to move across the street to Atlanta Tech to that whole atrium, because you were filled. It was just busting at the seams.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
It is an excellent problem.
I mean, we've grown on both ends. We've grown in terms of the number of people who attend, small business owners who have dreams of growing their business, folks who may be working at a job who have dreams of becoming entrepreneurs. We've also grown in the number of supporters and participants and sponsors and partners. We started off our first year in 2012. Just after the recession, we had several government agencies come out and participate in the Back to Business Conference, which was just a one-day event, really a 5-hour event, as I said earlier, with only 2 private sector corporations to now here in our 5th year, we've got tens of government agencies at every level coming out and participating, a growing list of partners from various industry groups, and 60 to 70, private sector companies. that come out and engage with our small business owners.
I want to hold that thought because I want to talk about, I had the opportunity to attend. You had a very good mix of corporations and government sectors and private. I mean, you had a really good mix. But what gave you the vision for this 5 years ago? Because outstanding. I want to commend you for this.
Well, it was very simple. We, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, really, we were in the throes of a huge recession. And that recession had impacted the city of Atlanta like so many other cities and communities around the country. It impacted, obviously, small business owners more than it impacted even large businesses. And so we thought it was an idea to bring businesses together, business owners together, would-be business owners together, and give them a shot in the arm, give them the confidence to know that it's time to get back to business. And that's where the name came from. Coming out of the recession, folks really needed to feel like, their dreams were still achievable. And we said, well, let's do this conference, and we'll call it Let's Get Back to Business.
Back to Business, excellent topic, an excellent name for the conference. And I want to parlay that to the city of Atlanta, because the city of Atlanta has had a rich history of doing business with small businesses, a rich history of doing business with minorities and women. Mm-hmm. And so talk a little bit about the city of Atlanta in terms of their approach to equal business opportunities for small businesses, for minorities, and for women.
Well, as you know, the city of Atlanta has a rich tradition of encouraging and engaging small and minority and women-owned businesses in the economic pie. As you know, the city of Atlanta is only a small piece of the economic pie, but certainly a very important one. And this is something that was started under the leadership of former Mayor Maynard Jackson, who certainly led the way. He started off by saying, first and foremost, that Atlanta is a great city, obviously a city that has the tradition of being too busy to hate, but this city can be a city that's an economic opportunity or represents economic opportunity for all people. And so you had the creation of the Equal Business Opportunity Program, which was supported obviously by the federal government during a time when the airport was being expanded. And since then, the program has grown. But here's another subtlety to all of this. Back in the 1970s, there wasn't a notion or this phrase called diversity and inclusion. I dare say that phrase, that notion, that concept, which has become ubiquitous throughout our country, throughout all industries, is something that really found its roots here in the city of Atlanta through the leadership of Mayor Maynard Jackson. And to this day, we continue that tradition. And it is part of why Atlanta is an attractive city all around the world. People come here for opportunity, and they know that their race, their gender, will not necessarily be a barrier to them as it might be in other parts of the country and even of the world. At least you have an opportunity to compete if you are willing to work hard, if you're willing to build the relationships, if you're willing to network and put your plan in front of folks.
Excellent. So when we come back from the break, I want to again talk about the rich mix of companies that you had at the conference, because I think you had a great mix of companies. I want to talk about how people do business with the city. And then I also want to explore some of the next steps with some of those companies as they look to possibly become entrepreneurs in the city of Atlanta. So to our listeners, we'll be right back and talk more with City Council President Ceasar Mitchell. So we're back with this special edition of Let's Talk Small Business, and we're here with City Council President Ceasar Mitchell talking about the conference Back to Business that was just hosted here in Atlanta. And Council President Ceasar Mitchell, so it was filled to the rafters. It was people everywhere, from corporations to federal agencies to minority businesses to small businesses. You had a good mix of companies. You had from private sector, such as Wells Fargo's. You had Georgia Powers. You had the airport. Has there been any discussion around the impact from the conference and these companies? I mean, it was just incredible.
Well, we've had a number of companies to come over a number of years. I mean, small business owners who come back every year because of the leads that they generate just participating in the conference portion of our event. And so just this year, just today, I was visiting with one of our big banking partners, Wells Fargo, and they were so happy to report they generated 30 to 35 leads for new business-to-business relationships while at the conference. But anecdotally, we get tremendous feedback from small business owners as well as large corporations, as well as the public sector about as it relates to the amount of energy the conference represents, but also the amount of opportunity that it's generating.
And so when companies come to the conference, are they coming to talk about specific opportunities that might be, or projects or things that are on the table? And so they're looking specifically for suppliers or partners to do business with?
Well, one of the things we do before the actual conference begins is to publish the list of participants. So that if you are a small business owner, you can look at the companies that are going to be there and do your own homework and research and really kind of cherry pick and design your path as you move through the conference to say, I need to go to Porsche because I provide this particular widget that they may be attracted to, or I need to make sure I visit this row that's going to be essentially filled with organizations in the financial industry because I want to be able to provide my product or service to those financial institutions, or build a B2B relationship with those institutions. And so we encourage people to, before they come, do their homework, and target who they want to spend time with. If you don't do that, you can still come and just browse around and be surprised by the relationships that you can create with all the diverse companies and government agencies that are there in attendance.
Excellent. And so one of the things that I know, there was a series of speakers associated with the conference as well. Talk a little bit about that.
So this year, as we've expanded to a multi-day conference, we try to have different themes on each day. So our first day, we focused on the restaurant industry. As you know, Atlanta is becoming more and more a foodie town.
Oh, absolutely.
It is reflective of the creative culture in our city, in the same way that we have really made a name for ourselves in the area of arts and entertainment, music and film, etc. We have started to make a name for ourselves in the area of restaurants. And so we wanted to focus on the entrepreneurial side of being a restaurant owner. So we had a great panel discussion day one with restaurant owners and with those business people who support the restaurant business. The Georgia Restaurant Association was our participating partner for that event, and they really brought a good group of professionals out. The second day, we wanted to focus on technology and innovation. That, again,
that's key.
Obviously, that is a part of our city's creative culture as well. In the metropolitan Atlanta, we had more startups in just a little city of Alpharetta than there were startups in all of Austin last year. And that should give folks an indication of how strong technology and technology-based opportunities are here in Atlanta. And so we wanted to focus on that. Our participating partner was the Technology Association of Georgia. We had a great panel discussion over at the Gathering Spot with a number of organizations.
Which is a minority-owned business, by the way, the Gathering Spot.
It certainly
excellent,
is. A young
yes.
man who's done a great job taking the concept of a private club and making it something that's accessible to millennials and others.
Concept.
And so we had a really wonderful panel discussion led by the leadership of the Technology Association of Georgia. And then, of course, during our main conference, which is, I really kind of call it our opportunity fair, so to speak, we had the Office of Contract Compliance come out and speak. We had our key central partners, the Small Business Association and the General Services Administration, their local, their regional leadership, Tori Jessup with GSA and Cassius
He's excellent.
Butts. Yes,
both
he is.
excellent and good partners of GMSDC.
They are, and they and I must add, they're great Morehouse men. Cassius Butts at Small Business Administration, the regional administrator. They came out and did a conversation, kind of a one-on-one conversation around the services that both their agencies provide. So just wonderful panel discussions and additional information during the actual conference portion of the Back to Business Week.
Excellent. So when we come back from the break, I want to talk about what's next for the Back to Business Conference, because there will be a 6th, I'm sure.
Yes.
I want to talk about any special projects and initiatives that you may have going on that our listeners might want to hear about, and any words of wisdom around for small businesses that you might want to share. And so we'll be right back with our City Council President, Ceasar Mitchell, on Let's Talk Small Business.
There are so many numbers in our lives. Numbers we try to make bigger. Numbers we try to keep small. Some we celebrate. Some we work toward. At Wells Fargo, we're here, empowering communities, offering wealth-building tools and helping you make the most of your numbers, while making sure you never feel like one. Wells Fargo and you, together we'll go far.
Here's another reason to love a sunny day. More renewable energy. That's because Georgia Power is helping grow solar energy, making Georgia a national leader. And when the clouds roll in, our diverse fuel mix of nuclear, coal, natural gas, and hydro allows us to choose the most cost-efficient energy source available, saving money for our customers and keeping power flowing 24/7. Learn more about the bright future of energy at georgiapower.com/solar.
So we're back, wrapping up with City Council President Ceasar Mitchell. And Council President, I know you've got some special projects and initiatives that you're working on. And what's next for the 6th annual Back to Business? So talk about that.
Well, of course, we are excited about the Back to Business initiative, the Back to Business movement. We really we won't be waiting for the next annual or the 6th annual Back to Business conference. We will be doing engagements and opportunities for small businesses to grow and develop their network and their business between now and then.
Oh, do I hear a series coming? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, we're going to be looking to you, of course, to help us as we look at matchmaking.
We are here to serve.
And that is your expertise.
Absolutely.
But I think we can continue to help you as you make that service available to small businesses and really large companies that are looking to develop B2B relationships. Next year for Back to Business, we will focus on maybe doing a class over at General Assembly over at Pond City Market. We will focus in on yet another creative industry, which is film. The film industry is growing tremendously here in the city. There's so much opportunity in the city of Atlanta. One of the things that makes us such a special city is that we have something for everybody.
We do.
The power of our city is the fact that we have a mosaic of people and a mosaic of opportunity in our city. So at any given moment in time, if a recession strikes in a particular industry, we've got so many other industries that can help us steady the ship. And that's the beauty of this city. And that's something I'm excited about. That's something that Back to Business seeks to tap into. When you think about the opportunities that are going on just in the public space right now, just a year or so ago, we passed a $250 million infrastructure bond project. We're going to need companies, large and small, to help us execute that project by repairing roads and bridges and other public facilities that have gone unrepaired for many years. We are considering now, and this will be on the ballot this fall, a sales tax referendum that will support MARTA's initiative to grow and expand the transit system here in the metro area. That, at the end of the day, will be a $6 billion expansion that MARTA will be able to fund if that referendum passes. And then parallel to that is a transportation SPLOST or a transportation special purpose local option sales tax, which will also be on the ballot for the city of Atlanta, which will represent an opportunity for us to raise 0.4 cents in the city of Atlanta for 5 years to help support transportation infrastructure here in the city of Atlanta. The city of Atlanta, and this is something that people sometimes don't really understand when it comes to government, because you hear a lot of political rhetoric around government and then it's a jobs program and all that silliness. The city of Atlanta is able to function and deliver services to citizens because we have private partnerships, what we call public-private partnerships in terms of what we do. We have to hire companies and contract with companies literally to get services delivered to citizens. That is the model of local government these days. And so there's so much opportunity. I didn't even mention the airport. We're about to start a $6 billion capital plan. The sixth runway is something that's on the drawing board right now. It's going to take a strong partnership with the private sector, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and large businesses alike, in order to be able to execute such a massive program to maintain our dominance as a city with the largest and the busiest airport in the world.
Council President, I want to thank you for joining us for this special edition of Let's Talk Small Business. How do people reach out to you? Is there a website? Is there a phone number? How do they reach out? Because I think as our listeners hear you, they're going to get energized. They're going to get excited. How do they reach out?
Absolutely. I'm easy to find. You can find me almost anywhere around the city. A lot of folks have my cell phone number, but I'll give you. Our website is atlantabacktobusiness.com. You can go there and find all the information you need to get engaged, to contact me and my team. The lead person on our Back to Business initiative is Jim Elgar, who's done an incredible job of helping us to grow this from a 3-hour event into a 3-day experience for our businesses here in this city. You can also reach me at City Hall at 404-330-6052.
I want to thank you for joining us. I hope you will come back and join us again. Thank you for your leadership here in this great city of Atlanta, and your commitment to small businesses. For without you, we couldn't do all the things that we do. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, and the same goes to you. Thank you for all of the work that you do every day.
You just pick up the phone. I want to thank our sponsors, Wells Fargo, the Coca-Cola Company, AT&T, and Georgia Power. For without you, Let's Talk Small Business would not be possible. Again, this is a special edition of Let's Talk Small Business. Look for us in September as we relaunch. Again, thank you for joining us. Take care.
If every marching band play my song and every choir sing along, then maybe we can change the world.
Let's Talk Small Business is sponsored by Wells Fargo, AT&T, the Coca-Cola Company, and Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Yeah, then maybe we